Hello, welcome back to the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Zach Grubb,
And I'm Devin Grubb.
and today we're doing another book report.
Seventh grade book report.
Seventh
'Cause
grade book report.
That's what we lovingly call these.
Yeah. We have both read this book, although you have read it very recently, and I read it a couple years ago.
Yes. So we actually have an episode about this already. If you go, way, way, way back on our page, it's this and Rebel Robin. So we are talking about Runaway Max. And yeah, we did like a double.
We did a double feature, but
with that because I read Rebel Robin and you read this.
Yes, and I think we wanted to revisit this because we've been having these talks about
Well,
Stranger Things books.
Yeah.
And like some of them being really far off and other ones being pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, and also like it doesn't hurt to revisit something that we, touched on
Long time ago.
way back when we hit the microphone. Way back when we started.
Yeah.
So we're not going to retouch on the Robin book though because I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, when something was pretty definitively like when you walked out of it, like I really didn't enjoy that.
Yeah, no. This, however, I actually really did like this book.
I knew you were gonna.
I liked it as a Stranger Things book, and I also liked it as just like a book,
like a story
in general. It was written really well. So I've said before how they all kind of feel a little fan fiction-y. And this one is not any different in that sense, but I like it because in a nutshell, you're basically getting season 2 of Stranger Things from Max's perspective. It's you're getting her inner monologue to everything that is going on, and it's intercut with things from her past back when she was in California, which I really liked because the things that she was dealing with like emotionally and things like that in Hawkins, she ties back to things that happened to her in California before they moved. At first I thought, because I said to you when I started, I was like, is this gonna make me like have a different opinion of Billy?
And I remember back when we talked about this the first time, I said the same thing. The book starts by making you think Billy is okay.
That they're gonna be allies dealing with this like really shitty dad / stepdad.
Right.
And that is not the case.
No. Billy does what he needs to do at the beginning to endear himself so that he can start being horrible.
If anything, I think this made me like him less.
It really shows you who he was as an abuser all the way from the time they met to the end of season 2.
Yeah, he's not a good person. Are we going spoilers with this?
For the book?
With
this
one?
Book has been out forever.
Okay, so yeah. Spoilers if you have not read this book and you want to. This is not going to be spoiler free. This book is from 2021. So
spoiler warning.
This is your spoiler warning. Yeah. He breaks her friend's arm.
Yep.
Just because. And then doesn't want her to, like, they're not to say anything about it. Meanwhile, it's on their property when it happens. Like, oh, I'm just supposed to let my best friend walk around with a broken fucking arm?
Yep.
Like, what the hell? And then because of that, she loses her friends. Like,
he isolates her.
She had a bunch of friends. She had like her core group of friends that she would hang out with all the time. And then Billy and his people started coming around, and she lost 2 of her friends because they didn't want to be anywhere near him. And then this one kid who was still sticking around, they you know, they were trying to make a ramp to do to skateboard and stuff, and like I don't fully remember the whole thing, but yeah, he basically, I guess because he stands up for her. He stands up for her, and Billy breaks his arm, and then she loses the only other friend that she had in California. So as she's alone, which is what he wants.
Yep.
Because she's easier to pick on without people around her.
Yep.
And that she talks about that when she's talking about how like she's feeling left out of the stuff with you know, the group in Hawkins. She's feeling left out, but she's also like, maybe it's better that way because, you know, this is how Billy is. And that is like everything gets tied together that way.
Yeah.
And I really liked that.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm remembering it kind of went backwards in a way. Like, you watch her become disconnected from her original friends while she's becoming connected to her new friends.
Yeah, so how it played out, like the beginning of the book, the very beginning, you're in California, and then you get to Hawkins, and then how it happens, how the book is kind of laid out is you'll get the stuff that happens in Hawkins first.
Yeah.
And then she ties it kind of back to what happened in California. Kind of like, well, it's okay that this is happening because this happened back in California, and I don't want it to repeat itself, and things like that. What was I gonna say? But I liked season 2 from
Max's
perspective because it's like she is she's an outsider.
She has no context.
She has no context to anything, so it's interesting to see her thoughts and opinions on things. And I do like at the end how she kind of like realizes that that she has kind of found her.
She has
her found family
mm-hmm.
with this, and like I mean, we know we're big Steve people here.
Yeah.
And like I feel like he protects them in the bus, and she's just like, wow, he doesn't even know who I am, and he just like risked his life for us. Like, what is that? Not something that she would ever have
why would anyone do that?
Why would anyone do that for a bunch of 12, 13-year-olds, let alone me?
That's why she wants to see shirtless Steve in season 4.
Steve is the brother she deserved. What else?
The stuff with her dad. I remember being interested in that.
Yeah, I liked getting that little, like, the backstory. It seemed like he was not the greatest person,
mm-hmm.
but she had a decent relationship.
They had a good relationship.
All of her, like, more happy, because it's not exactly a happy book.
No.
All of her, like, better memories involve being with her dad and doing things with her dad. And in the beginning of the book, she's trying to run away. Like, the book starts out at a train station because she is trying to go to her dad's, and that's ultimately that between that and Billy breaking that kid's arm, that's why they go to Hawkins. And then she, right before Lucas comes over to shout to, I have proof of the whole thing, she's packing a bag to go to
run back
bus station to go back to her dad.
Yep.
Because that was, and she even says, it wasn't the greatest thing. Like, she might have been, sleeping on a couch or like chilling at a bar in the corner while he was doing his deals or whatever.
He was hustling.
He was hustling. Yeah. He was like, talks about a time where she was in the kitchen with him and he was making fake IDs for people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of stuff that her dad was involved in. She
was,
knew he was not the best person, but...
He was a petty crook, but it seemed like he never did anything wrong by her.
No.
Yeah.
Like I said, her best memories were with him.
Right.
I'm trying to think.
See, basically, we have this whole unseen story in season 2 from Max's perspective, but also, like, we never get any inkling of this in the show, but she was ready to leave.
Yeah.
And the only reason she stuck around was because of Lucas.
Yeah. Because, I mean, she would have been out the door to the bus station because she had already taken money from her mom, and she was ready to go, but Lucas was like, no, I have proof, and off she went.
Becoming a member of the party.
And that's basically how, it ends with the snowball. So it ends on a happy note. I felt bad for her. Like, the whole time, like, you don't feel, when you watch the show, you don't really feel bad for her, but you're also not getting her, because you're watching it as an outside party. There's not one singular point of view when you're watching the show. So
I remember being super annoyed with Mike the entire time. And after reading the book, I'm even more annoyed. I was even more annoyed with Mike. Like, dude, just leave her alone. Like, come on.
He's not even in the book much, but every time he is, and it's essentially like the stuff that the dialogue is basically word for word from the show,
which is good. I mean,
I like.
A lot of books that adapt shows or movies screw with that. They like abbreviate certain scenes or they draw them out, and it's not what you watched. And it's like, okay, but I watched the show. I watched the movie.
And that's why I was saying about how, like, the fan fiction aspect, because, like, we all know I dabble. And the ones that I like are typically, they pluck the dialogue. So
see, to me, that gave this a level of authenticity that I think a lot of the other books didn't have.
They don't have that, right? Because, this is also different because this actually takes place during the action of a season of the show, where the other ones don't. They take place either before or in between.
This is mildly off topic, but I would absolutely read books of Stranger Things from Steve's perspective in every season. That would be really good. I don't even mean that as a joke.
No, I know.
Like, that would be interesting.
I want a Steve book so badly. We have a Nancy book. We have an Eddie book. Let's have a Steve book. I told you I would love a Steve book.
We even have an 11 book with the Battle of Starport.
It's 11 and Max, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would love a Steve book where it's like in between season 4 and 5 and him trying to help Dustin, because that when we start season 5 and, like, Dustin's being shitty to him and he's kind of, like, pissed off about it, that's not how he was from the start.
Yeah. Or you know what? I have another concept here. It would deal with Steve helping somebody in Hawkins with something to alleviate the guilt he feels over Eddie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't even have to be, in regards to Eddie, because I liked your idea about Steve, Steve's perspective from every season.
I imagine a running dialogue of always the goddamn babysitter.
Like, except for season 1. This is crazy!
Yeah.
So something that...
Stranger Steves.
Make it a series. Books 1 through 5.
Harrington things.
So back to the Max book. Something that I noticed in the book, or that is talked about in the book, and it's essentially what is talked about in season 2, that is different when you get to season 3.
Yes.
The book makes you're under the impression that Billy and Neil, who was Billy's dad, came into Max and her mom's life when Max was 12, 13. So Billy was already in high school, already driving, all that stuff. And honestly, thinking back to it, that's kind of how season 2 makes, like, it makes you feel that way. But in season 3, when 11 is, in his memories, he's like, what?
It's like 12.
Like 12. He's like 12,
and
13.
Max looks small.
And Max looks like she's maybe 6 or 7 when they meet each other.
Yeah.
So, what is it?
Yeah, and I think you called out that this book was published after season 3.
And this book was 2021. So season 3 came out in 2019. So even if this book was written, like this book, if it came out in 2021, I'm gonna assume it was probably written between 2019 and 2020.
I don't know. That's the thing, and this is where we might. This is where we kind of differ.
But
even
in our opinions. So, it puts the season 2, and season 2 and season 3 are off.
They are
in that sense.
I think this book was written while season 3 was either being written or produced. I don't think this writer had access to information from season 3 because this story is told too well. Mm-hmm. I don't think this person would have ignored a plot point that significant.
That's a good point. That is a good point. This is very well written. This author, no, like I'm not trying to shit on the other authors of the Stranger Things books, but Brenna Yovanoff. She's great. I wish I knew other things that she may have written.
I'm gonna look it up just in case. Just see if I can find anything.
This was good. This was really good. And, she had Max's tone down. She had the tone of Stranger Things down. Like, it was good. And you asked me my ranking the other day. What's got?
The Replacement, The Space Between, Paper Valentine, Fiendish, The Places No One Knows.
Okay, I don't know any of those books.
The Places No One Knows rings a bell. I feel like I've seen that at the bookstore.
Okay, maybe I should look for her books because I liked this one.
She does YA. I know you.
I do enjoy a good YA. This was probably the most YA. But actually, given
it's heavy,
I was gonna say, given the heaviness and like a couple of the scenes that are described in California, I take that back. Small and YA doesn't necessarily mean childish,
no.
Because there are some scenes. There's a few scenes actually that are very heavy, and they're not super graphic, but they're graphic enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this, and should I do my ranking? Because it's different.
Yeah,
than what I gave you.
Do it.
I believe when we talked about it and you asked me what my ranking was, I told you the Eddie book first, right?
Yes, you did.
I'm changing that.
Really?
I think this goes first.
Wow. You know what? I didn't read any of the other ones. I've read this one and I really enjoyed it. So that's pretty cool.
There's a reason for that though. Like, I really enjoyed the Eddie book. I really enjoyed it. But there were things about it that I was like, I don't know. So I would put this first.
That's pretty cool.
It was really good.
Especially because it's probably the smallest one.
It is the smallest one. It is definitely the smallest one.
What, 100 and something pages?
I think it's
232.
It's 2 something, yeah, because the whole back of the book is an excerpt from
Rebel Robin.
Rebel Robin.
But big text. So like I would say cut that in half if you
Yeah.
were reading like a full-size book.
But I would put this first, and then the Eddie book, then Nancy, then
Dustin.
yeah, then Dustin, then Robin. But honestly, like, they could interchange too.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
And it's such a bummer because
Dustin is literally our sign-off.
I love Dustin. I did not like that book.
I know.
I didn't like the book. He was fine. It was everything else that wasn't.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I didn't like the Robin book because the tone
was inconsistent.
The tone didn't fit right. Now, I will give you that with the Robin book, it's before Scoops. It's before, she becomes part of the group.
But her tone should have been...
didn't fit right.
Yeah, her tone should have been consistent with how she was at Scoops.
Right. She wasn't...
Like at the beginning of the season.
She wasn't that, like, sarcastic, snarky character that we meet at the beginning of season 3. She was kind of, like, shy a little and timid, and it didn't work well.
It was Robin around Nancy in season 4.
Kinda, yeah. But yeah, I mean... like I said, I liked this as a Stranger Things book. It was very consistent with the characters, consistent with the show. And then overall, it was a decent book about a kid growing up in essentially a shitty home situation and finding her people.
Yep.
Away from that. Which I liked. Because that's essential. That is...
amongst the Demogorgons.
Right. But that is Meg. Whoa.
Meg.
That is Max's story, though.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. Like, with Max, it's about found family.
Yep. I mean, you could argue that for 11, too. It's probably why the two of them work so well together as a pair of characters. Mm-hmm. And I look forward to your report on the Star Court.
Well, we have to get that one.
We do. We have to pick that book up.
And we still have to get Lucas on the line as well.
A small bummer that I'm about to give you.
What?
This writer, she hasn't written anything since this book.
Really?
No, all of her books were published before this, and she didn't do anything after Stranger Things. Wow. Yeah. Which is surprising, given how good this was.
It was really good. It was really... I can't say enough good things about it. Like, I have, like, I log everything on my Goodreads, but then I also log it on my phone, and I give it ratings, and I want to say
like, what,
I gave
17 books for the year?
No, not yet. No.
16.
No, I'm not even. No, I'm not over
Yes,
my
you
goal
are.
yet. I'm not over my goal yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading 14 right now.
I could have sworn you were further along.
No,
okay.
I just started my 14th book. But I give them all ratings, and I want to say I gave this 4 out of 5.
Yeah. I would.
Which is the highest of all of the Stranger Things books. Now, I read the Nancy book this year, and I gave it a 3. And I read the Dustin book this year, and I gave it a 2. So, yeah.
There you go. Most highly rated Stranger Things book of the year for you.
Yeah. I mean, I have 2 others to read. But we'll see. As of right, I don't know that anything's gonna top this necessarily.
So, if you're gonna prioritize reading any of the Stranger Things novelizations, like
based on my 7th grade book reports,
yeah, the interstitial stories, the 2 biggies are Max and Eddie.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Yep.
And honestly, like, I feel like I rate the Eddie book so high because of the author.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to do with your love
it's
of character.
Not,
like,
no,
it's the author.
Because she's a writer for the show. So she understands.
But you
And
know what?
was one of his lead writers. So
I will say this though: people who are writers come in many different disciplinaries of writer, and those don't always overlap.
No.
So the fact that it overlapped so well and that she was a good book writer, that's awesome.
Yeah, because
Novelist.
I don't like the Nancy book as a Nancy book. As a murder mystery book, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need Nancy in that book for it to be a good book. It would have survived if it was another made up character.
So like if anything, the fact that Stranger Things was like the canvas it was painted on made it a little bit worse.
I don't want to say it made it worse.
Well, it made it weaker from what you're saying. Like as a standalone story, it probably would have been better because it wouldn't be weighed down by the world.
it would have been okay. Like they did tie in some stuff that happened in season 4 into it. Like, you know, they talk about the rifts in the ground and like when the people were getting sick, were they living near those, because who knows what's coming up out of the ground. So like in that sense it was good.
Oh, it remembered we were supposed to be scared of the particles.
Yeah, I talked about that. But like it could have been placed in any town, any situation, like any backdrop. It didn't necessarily have to be Hawkins 1986.
Right.
So I don't want to say it weakened it, but it didn't strengthen it either. It was just, you know, okay. But as a murder mystery story, that was good.
So we definitely need to read.
Those are the top 3.
We got to read the other 2 books.
Yes.
There's also Darkness on the Edge of Town, but
we have that. I don't know that I want to read it.
I tried to start it a long while ago. It's been sitting next to the bed for like 3 years. Yeah, I found out very soon after we got the book that it's completely retconned. It does not align with the show at all in Hopper's story. So it makes it like, okay, why am I reading this? Like, right. I can't bring myself to read something that I already know has been completely removed from the show that is so integrally tied to a main character. Like, we've talked before about the comics that have to do with Hawkins' lab. Mm-hmm. Those are still a good read because they're not tied directly to Eleven or any of the crew of the show. Yeah. So, like, yes, the entire thing's been retconned, but it's almost like you could treat it like an alt-universe situation. Yeah. But a whole book about Hopper and his time as a New York beat cop that's already been completely tossed aside. It's like, all right, why am I going to read that? Yeah. Because at that point, I'm not even reading about Hopper.
No, you're just reading about some cop.
Yeah, exactly. So not to get too far off, but we are talking about the Stranger Things books here. Yeah. So that means there's only 3 we haven't read between us, and the Max one was great. Yes.
Yes. Yes, it was.
And I don't think it's expensive either because it's a smaller book.
It was $11.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we got it for less at Sam's Club.
I was going to say, I think we got it from Sam's, so we probably got it for like
$8 or $9.
If you have a Sam's Club membership, look at their book section though, because
it's kind of great.
Yeah, it has, excuse me, it'll have what the actual price of the book is, but then you pay the Sam's Club price, and it's usually like $2 or $3 less.
And they tend to bundle books together.
And they do bundles sometimes, yeah. So.
Our daughter loves the Jasper Rabbit Creepy Tales books.
We saw that at Barnes & Noble too, though.
We did, but not for the Sam's Club price.
Well, no.
But yeah. Like,
I meant the bundle.
The 3rd book in that series came out, and they bundled all 3 of them together, and I was like, oh, I want to buy that for her for the box, but like she already has the first 2 books.
But if you have anything else you want us to talk about, let us know.
We will not be talking about the $50, $60 Stranger Things book from Target.
No, and not until that drops in price, because I'm sorry, I'm not paying $50 for it. It looks really cool, but I'm not paying $50 for it.
Let's see that thing hit the deep discounts, and then
I'd buy it at $30.
I wouldn't buy it for more than $25.
It's a fancy hardback. I would buy it for $30. I bought the cookbook for $30.
Because we actually make the recipes.
I'd buy that for $30. But
it has use.
But no, if you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know. Our good friend Ashley wants us to talk about season 5 more. I think she wants us to yell some more.
We're gonna need some specific topics, because if you just leave me to talk about season 5, I'm just gonna ramble.
So shoot us some topics if there's anything you want us to talk about. Any, we have watched the whole series. We've done episodes on everything. Excuse me. But if you want us to revisit an episode, oh my goodness, I'm dying. If you want us to revisit an episode, or discuss somebody else, or
rant
about someone or something, or an episode, or what we think should have happened, or
I have an idea for an episode if enough people want it. An entire breakdown of how we think season 5 should have went down to follow up season 4.
Our treatment of it?
Our treatment. I don't think anybody gives a... Whoa, honey. I don't think anybody gives a crap about our treatment, but it would be fun to talk about.
I will put that out there on the Instagram, and if people... I'll put it as like a little poll, and if people want to hear... what we wanted
I will start writing notes.
What we wanted for season 5, we will do it, because we had in our heads what we thought and what we wanted, and it's not what we got. So I'd be all about it. Our road warrior. That was what I wanted.
Our Linda Hamilton Nancy from the future.
That's literally what I thought she was cast
I know,
as.
right?
I was like, oh, it's gonna be. We're like, oh, is she future? Are we going into the future? Like, is she 11? Is she Nancy? Like, what is that?
I thought we were gonna get flash forwards to like the far flung future, where it was gonna be like an older character. We don't know who she is, but she's talking about the events of like the show. That would have. We're not gonna get into this.
We're not gonna get into this, because that's not what we're talking about today. But if you want to see it happen, I will put a poll up or hear it. If you want to hear it happen.
If you want to see it happen, we would go on camera. We do a live stream.
Sure.
We do a live stream.
We do a live stream for you. If you want to hear this, I'll put a poll up on the Instagram, Hawkins Hellfire Collective, and you let us know. And if we get enough people that want to hear that, we'll do it.
Yes, we will.
But also, drop a comment. What you want to hear from us next. Shoot me a DM. What you want to hear from us next.
Subscribe.
Get
us monetized.
Like and subscribe.
Can you imagine the ad revenue in our like hour-long episodes? My God. Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Do the hype thing on mobile, because if you hype us on mobile, that pushes us with the new algorithm.
Okay.
Ugh. Anyway.
Highly recommend Runaway Max.
Yeah, give it a read. That's all from us, signing off for the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Zach Grubb.
And I'm Devin Grubb. Dusty Buns gets it done.